Yo, what's going on, guys? Desmond here, Mr. Corporate Hunt. That's right, I am here on the corporate grind right here with you. And today we're going to talk about how you're going to be able to land your first corporate client. That's right, let's get to it. All right, so let's be honest. Everyone is always asking, hey, how do I do this? What can I do? Where do I go to get my work? Or I've been doing weddings, I've been doing portraits, but I want to get to the money. I want to get to where I can shoot corporate work. And it looks so fun. All those things sound great, but let's be honest. If you don't have a portfolio, what corporate client's gonna hire you? Yeah, I said it. So I'm gonna give you some ways to help build yourself up, build your business up, and make sure that you're putting the right face for the client to see. First things first, you gotta have a portfolio. So what does that look like? Building your portfolio is simple as maybe shadowing and working with other corporate photographers and videographers, getting in a community that allows you to be able to do some work, and also building a relationship that allows you to be able to use some of the work that you do to add to your portfolio. It happens all the time. That's how we all built it. We were able to shadow someone that said, I wanna see you succeed. If your community is not working with you and working against you, they're probably not the people you need to be working beside. Yeah, the money may be okay, but we should all be wanting to see growth in our businesses, and that should be across the board. And so the way that you build that work is, of course, working with others. The second thing I'm gonna say is go on Eventbrite, go on Thumbtack, go look on BART, go look at Google and find some events. They don't have to be big. Start small. I always tell people, hey, go to your real estate agent or a real estate agent in your community and say, hey, when's your next networking event? I would love to show up. Look for the environments that have corporate feels and corporate looks and see how you can be a part of it. Typically what that looks like is simply just saying, hey, I'm available. Yes, you may not make $10,000. Yes, you may not make $5,000. You may not make $100 on your first one, but what you can do is get great images, whether that's photos or for video. The next thing that I'm always going to give you advice on doing is making sure that as you're taking those photos, as you're taking that video, make sure that you're building a website that shows what you want it to look like. What's the work that you want to do? But corporate clients don't want to see wedding pictures sitting right next to a corporate photo. Yes, we know that everyone can take great photos. Yes, you have a good camera. Yes, you may have good lighting, but corporate clients want to see corporate work. And so if your website shows weddings, baby photos, sports photos, and corporate photos, the chances of you being hired is definitely dropping every single time that they're having to search for it. Every single time that they're saying, oh, this person is flexible. Yes, I know someone once told you that having all of this work will make you look like you are a jack of all trades. But in this space and in this environment, when you're talking to marketing directors, I'm gonna be honest with you, they want to see what it is that they're looking for immediately. They're not wanting to see all the other things that you can do. That happens during the conversation. I've had multiple clients that may hire me for other things, but at the end of the day, when they come to my website, they're seeing exactly what they're looking for, and that's the corporate work. Now, after you have found maybe your person that is going to be able to let you shadow, you start to build that portfolio. After you have then started to work on your website, make sure that it's showing that way. Now it's like, Des, well, how am I going to book the gig? You gotta practice your speech. You gotta practice your call. You gotta practice knowing what it is that you do. Ways you can do that, go into ChatGPT, talk about your business, and then let it give you a script. And then record that script. And then when you're in the car, you're going to repeat that script. And then when you're on the elevator, you're going to repeat that script. And when you wake up in the morning, you're going to say, this is what I do. The more that you say it, the more it becomes ingrained into your heart. The more it becomes ingrained into your heart, the more it becomes ingrained in your mind. And then when you speak it, guess what's going to happen? It will be fluid. Oftentimes when you're on the phone, you finally get the opportunity to respond to that RFP and you say, can we schedule a discovery call? The client hears you. And if they hear the shakiness in your voice, guess what? You're not building confidence, you're building fear. You wanna make sure that you're confidently being able to explain what it is that you do, what you've done in the past, and how you're going to help build them up to be able to help sell their next conference as well as the conferences after. That's the goal. Your goal is to become an affiliate arm for each business that you get to work with. Now, the last thing is also understanding that when you're looking for corporate business, you don't always need to go look for the big conference. Corporate business can look different in a lot of ways. Headshots, that's a great way to be able to get corporate business. Being able to do constant headshots is an area in which you can make a lot of money. Another way is looking in your local community and saying, hey, Orange Theory, hey, Spa Fitness, hey, F1 Fitness, can we build a branding video for you? Going into maybe your next dental office or your medical facility and saying, hey, I would love to help build some content for you all to be able to post for ads or whatever that looks like. Whatever that is, you have ways to go big and scale in your corporate space without always having to go just after a conference. I know the conference may seem nice, but you need to understand there are other ways to build that constant income coming into your business. And lastly, with all of this being said, you got to build trust within yourself. And the way you do that is building community. And so I hope this helps you guys, because at the end of the day, when you put these 3 areas into practice, finding the community to be able to practice your work and making time to practice what you're doing, then building that portfolio, and then making sure that your website looks like that. And then after you've done that, then practicing your elevator pitch, then you're ready to get on that call when that person calls you, or when you send that email and they say, yes, we'd like to give you a shot, to actually be able to sell them and be able to let them know that you are the person that they can trust to capture their next whatever corporate experience they're looking for. I hope this helps, guys. At the end of the day, the goal is to continue to keep building your businesses to be the best that they can be. And it's going to take the foundation. You gotta have the system set up first, starting with yourself, and then of course, all the other subscriptions that you may wanna buy. I hope this helps, guys. Love y'all. Peace. Let's keep getting to the bag.